I kicked a friend out of my house for what she said. So my friend Casey came over to hang out last weekend. We've been friends since sophomore year and she's always been kind of blunt, but I didn't think she'd cross the line like this. My little sister Emma has epilepsy. She's had it since she was 8 and it's been rough on our whole family. She takes medication and we've got the house set up with all these safety things. My parents are super careful about making sure she doesn't get stressed or overwhelmed because that can trigger seizures sometimes. Casey knows all this. She's been to our house probably 50 times over the past 2 years. She's seen Emma have a seizure before and knows how scary it is. Emma doesn't really talk about it much because she gets embarrassed, but she's actually doing really well with managing everything. So we're sitting in my room Saturday afternoon just scrolling on our phones and talking about random stuff. Emma knocked on my door and asked if we wanted snacks. She was being super sweet, offering to make us sandwiches or grab chips from the kitchen. Casey said sure, and Emma left to get us some food. That's when Casey looked at me and said the most messed up thing. She goes, "Honestly, having a sister like that would drive me crazy. Like, your parents probably spend all their money on her medical stuff and you guys have to walk on eggshells all the time. It's kind of selfish of her to put your family through that stress." I just stared at her. I couldn't believe she actually said that out loud. Emma didn't choose to have epilepsy. She didn't ask for any of this. And my parents love her just as much as they love me. We're not walking on eggshells. We're just being careful because that's what you do for family. I told Casey that was a horrible thing to say and she needed to apologize. She rolled her eyes and said she was just being honest and that I was being too sensitive. She said Emma probably uses her condition to get attention anyway and that our family enables her. That's when I completely lost it. I stood up and told her to get out of my house right now. She looked shocked and tried to backtrack, saying she didn't mean it like that and I was overreacting. I didn't care. I grabbed her backpack and handed it to her and walked her straight to the front door. Emma came back with a plate of sandwiches just as Casey was leaving. She looked confused and asked what happened. I told her Casey had to go home suddenly. Emma shrugged and said more food for us, but I could tell she sensed something was off. Casey texted me later that night saying I was being dramatic and that friends should be able to share their real opinions without getting kicked out. She said she was trying to be supportive by pointing out how hard things must be for me. I didn't respond. The next day at school, Casey acted like nothing happened. She sat with our usual friend group at lunch and kept trying to talk to me normally. When our other friends asked why I was being quiet, Casey said we had a small disagreement, but it was no big deal. I finally told them what she actually said about Emma. Our friend Jenna looked disgusted and said that was way out of line. Another friend said Casey always says mean stuff, but usually about people we don't know, not about family. Emma still doesn't know exactly what Casey said, but she mentioned yesterday that she liked having just me around more anyway. She said Casey always made her feel weird, like she was being watched or judged for doing normal things.